I'm live. Yay, hooray, go me. I know that I'm a little late, but let's have a conversation, shall we, just for a second? Why is it that all applications feel the need to update right before you do something really important? I don't know, but that's just what happened with me. So many things to talk to you guys about today. I changed my shirt 3 times before I started because I was all ready to go, and then I leaned on the bathroom sink and I had a big old line across the bottom. So if you relate, then come join me for my growing gratitude because that's the kind of week that I'm going to have. I have a feeling. So, anyways, I'm Becca Laurie Hector, and I am here with Growing Gratitude. Welcome to it. Growing Gratitude is where we meet on Mondays to talk about the challenges of being an autistic adult and what we do to motivate ourselves to get through the weeks after that, and after that. So welcome to this little scene here. I am excited to talk to you guys today. I have thoughts to talk to you about today. So let's get into them. First thoughts are surrounding my little scene here. So I go through a little bit of a adjustment every time I go to film Growing Gratitude here with you guys. And I'm always mad and annoyed at the state of affairs of the lights here in this room. I hate lights. As most neurodivergent folks, the big light is my enemy. However, the big light is currently on because I cannot figure out how to light this room well. But as you can see, I was attempting lots of solutions, and one of them was behind me, and I am in love with this lamp. I'm going to talk about it for a few minutes here just because I want you to know how awesome it is. First of all, it's so whimsical and cute. It fits perfectly in my office, is one thing, but it's flexible, you guys. These things move. The flowers, they move. So I can change them to like go all the way goose head like or be up at the ceiling or around whatever so they can hit all the different corners in this room. And this is my attempt, right, to light this room better. However, where I sit for live stream is where it needs to be for the rest of my life, in terms of what I need it for. So I spent the last 20 minutes, I don't know, trying to figure out the lights in here and ultimately ended up having the demon light on. And I have the demon big light on right now for this one. And look at how good the light is. And that's the annoying thing about the whole thing is look how good the light is for this stupid demon big light that is on over my head. But anyway, it's really hard at this time of year in this room. In the spring and the summer, I have really great light in this room. So it's just interesting that when it's super dark out in the world in nature, it's also dark in my office. It's like a secret message, right? Not so secret. Anywho, here I am on Growing Gratitude. Let's talk about Growing Gratitude thingies, right? I will eventually solve the lighting problem, and hopefully the next time I'm ready to do Growing Gratitude, I will have more assortment of shirts to try on, since apparently I ruined those before I begin as well. You guys, so fucked up. Anyway, what am I going to talk about today? Oh, I had so many things too that I wanted to talk about here. So I'm going to start, I guess, with this current loop I'm on in my head, which is about how much I hate eating. So I just want to share it with you. I have like a handful of foods in my life from very, of course, specific places that I will eat regularly and enjoy, right? And then I have another subset of foods, right, that I will eat, sometimes enjoy, sometimes not, but I will eat, right? And then, of course, there's the whole bigger subset of foods of things that I will never let be in my mouth ever again, right? Well, for me, and I don't know if this is for you guys, but remember I was going through this period of sort of pre-burnout and I was trying to regulate, right? What goes along with anything for me in terms of my mental health is um, something having to do with my appetite, right? So I hear this a lot. Like some folks lose their appetite entirely, other folks get really, really hungry, right? I kind of get in between. And what I want to say is I will only eat or can only eat certain foods. And I notice that the more unbalanced my mental health is in whatever moment, whether I'm tired or I'm feeling anxious or stressed, the harder it is for me to consume food, right? and the food that I'm able to consume becomes more and more limited. And I'm somebody who goes from liking really spicy, crunchy assortment of foods to like, boom, I can only eat liquids, right? And so I went through just kind of, I don't know, this little rant this weekend. I'm just so annoyed at eating. I'm annoyed that it's complicated. I'm annoyed that we have to do it 3 times a day. I'm annoyed at the whole just process of I don't know, just needing to gather the executive function to come up with a meal 3 times a day, that also fits my stipulations of food, like in terms of what I can eat without becoming overweight, right? Or unhealthy or diabetic, right? Because of course, I like a lot of beige foods, not surprisingly, right? And beige foods aren't necessarily great for you overall. So there's like all of these rules around food, and it makes food exhausting for me. And then I layer it with the fact that I am dealing with POTS most of the time, or posterior, orthostatic, whatever it is. I don't know. I can't even remember anymore. I'm sure some of you guys remember it, what it stands for, but I'm dealing with that. And so I'm always thinking about my fluid intake, and I'm always thinking about my salt intake, and my magnesium intake and things like that. So yeah. There's just so many rules around it, and I just wish on a lot of days that there was just like a nutritional pill that I could take for food that I could just like 3 pills a day instead of having to think about food so much. And so what it got me thinking about is, what is it about this subset of foods that I rely upon when I'm in a really like weakened state? I don't know what else to call it, when I'm in that pre-burnout state. What is it about them that makes them work? Right? For that period. And some of it is the obvious. Some of it is that, it's something that's always the same, right? We talk about it. So fruit, every piece of fruit you eat is different, right? But if you eat Lay's potato chips, every Lay's potato chip pretty much is the same, right? That's why we love McDonald's. It's why we love chicken nuggets, right? Because they're always the same. Hot dogs, right? Always the same. Just And that's a safe place to come at food when food is a struggle, right? But the other component of it, which I feel like we talk about less, is how complicated it is to make the food. And I want you to think about it in a really basic way. Like, how many steps is it to make this food, right? So to me, okay, for example, cereal, right? Cereal is a two-step food, right? Cereal in, milk in, spoon, eat. Chips, one-step food, right? Something that you need to cut, right? Or use a fork with, that's a multi-step food now you're in, right? If we're gonna make something like a salad, right? So many ingredients, so many steps, right? And so even if I want a salad or I'm willing to eat a salad when I'm in my weakened state, I'm not capable of making a salad, and then salad becomes not on that list of foods I can eat in that time or rely upon in that time. So I started thinking about kind of spoons and food and that combination of things. And, if we look at safe foods for us, I feel like it's not just the taste or the basicness or the beigeness of what we're choosing, right? But also the simplicity of access to the food. Ooh, that sounded very nice. Isabel, if you're watching, take that little clip. I like that, right? Is the food accessible to me? Because when we think about it, right? Can I get to it? Can I make it? Is it within my capabilities? Right. And that fluctuates, of course, for all of us all the time. Right. Sometimes we have the energy to make something complicated, sometimes not. Right. But that is a component of our safe foods too, their accessibility. Right. And so I'm just going to leave you with that thought there, because that's as far as I got with that whole situation, in terms of kind of how I can learn to prepare for, I guess, when my eating is impacted by my mental health, right? Can I prepare for it in that way? And wouldn't that be lovely? And so I just started thinking about that stuff too. So I wanted to share that with you. And if you have any thoughts on it, I'd really love to hear them. I feel like um, you guys might have good ideas about that out there. And also, and also, I will take and share and love any really low spoon food ideas. I'm somebody who needs a lot of salt. So if you have good salty snack ideas, I'd love those too. Um, and yeah, let's share kind of what works for us around this and what our ideas and thoughts are around this, because I feel like um, we're going to share that and there's going to be good ideas sitting in there. So I hope that happens out there in the comment section right now. That would be awesome. Okay, so I'm going to move us on from this topic because I want to talk a little bit about kind of a little, I don't know, an admin thing, a little bit of housekeeping for us here. And I do my best, you guys, that I don't just teach things or say things or give advice and then not take it myself and all of those things. And I'm a really big believer in modeling the behavior that we're trying to teach or that we think is good for other folks and all of that stuff, and not just to say things but to actually follow through with action. And along those lines, I want to say that I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks to myself in terms of off of social media and such at the end of December and for that first week of the new year. So I've gone ahead and I went and scheduled all of our live streams coming up just so that you guys could kind of get an idea. So I'm going to say it out loud, but then I followed it through with those actions there that you can take a look at all the scheduled live streams. But we're going to take a little break from live stream on the 23rd of December and the 30th of December so that I can just take a few weeks to myself, regroup, and get ready to come at 2025 with some energy. Because in 2025, the newsletter will be out in 2025. I am aiming to get it out to you guys in that week starting January 6th. So if you are not yet registered or signed up or subscribed for my newsletter, please head over to the website or go below to get the link to the website and head over and sign up for the newsletter to get the first returning issue of Monthly Musings. It's back. I am back sending them out starting that week in January. So please go ahead and sign up so you don't miss an issue. And then right on the tails of releasing that little piece, we are going to be releasing the Patreon. And that will be coming your way in February. I am going to start some early population of things. So if you're somebody who likes to be first and you don't mind that things are sort of under construction still, you're welcome to take a look for my Patreon out there. It's out there. It's published. It's just not quite ready for you guys yet. But you're welcome to go check it out. And I am going to be working on that really for those 2 weeks that I'm taking off. So that's a little housekeeping nonsense that I've got there for us, just a few things to keep in mind. And then I'm going to be hitting that new year with Fructify. Bracelet will be on, the word will be with me, and we are going to start creating some really fruitful trees, so to speak, right? Hopefully, some of the things that I've been working on and some of the things we've been working on together will begin to come to fruition. Right, they will come to be, and that will be beautiful, and I'm looking forward to that. So we're all kind of in this like closing up 2024 vibe, right? Kind of putting it to bed, thinking our last kind of thoughts and lessons about what it had to teach us, what we would like to have more of next year, what we would like a whole lot less of next year, things like that. And that's what I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks, and I hope you will too. I hope you're working on your themes. I hope you're thinking about that because that's an important one to also get on for today. All right. It's going to be a short one today because I was stuck in that food loop there for quite some time and I didn't really have a lot else going on. I've been restful, as I like to say. So I've been taking time to myself and reading for pleasure and doing that kind of stuff, which has been fantastic. All right, you guys, that's it for me today. I hope you guys have a good week coming up. I hope I do too. It's been kind of slow. I hope it's slowing down for you too, and that you're not getting annoyed with that slowdown, but instead you are taking advantage of the slow time that's ahead of you. So until next Monday, I say make sure that you take care of your meat suit, that you take care of your headspace, and that you make sure to keep your eyes wide open for all the glimmers out there, because those are the things really that keep us going. Things like this lamp, you see? It made me so happy, this lamp. And I just want other people to have lamp like experiences. So until then, you guys have a good one. And I will see you next Monday at 11:30 a.m. for the next Growing Gratitude.